Jeremy, mate, in the end, probably the first quarter, 6 goals to none is probably the difference in the end.
Yeah, and look, it's been an issue for us for, most of the year, really. Look, we've either started the game really, really well, or we've struggled, and today was another, another sign that we struggled in the first quarter. So, look, we need to rectify that this week. We just had actually a chat about that post-game about, the players really taking ownership of the warm-up and even during the week, because we think that they are going to grow from that quicker. So look, that's something we'll look to rectify this week, and we've got to change it up because it's just too hit and miss. One week it's great, the next week it's no good, so we need some more consistency there.
Came out after quarter time, I think it was in the end 9 goals to 6 for the last 3 quarters. Obviously that's a positive you can take out of it.
Yeah, it is a positive we can take out of it. Look, today it was about expectation. Like, are we good enough to potentially play in the finals? Aren't we? And today we found out where the reality was. So that's okay. But now it's about, okay, well, this is where we're at. We need to buy into the process as a group together, which they've been really, really good at thus far. Can we play finals? No, it's probably not going to look like that. Like, we need some things to go our way, and our form would have to drastically change. But look, the group's been really tight thus far. This is just a real good sign today of exactly where we're at. And we need to we need to continue to work together, continue to invest games into our young players, and I'm sure we'll be okay.
Yeah, is that the focus now for the rest of the year? Probably just to invest in the young kids?
Yeah, it is. Look, we've got a couple of top-end players that everyone knows. They're household names. We've got a sprinkling of guys through the middle tier, and then we've got just a massive list of young players. Like, our development today was extremely young, or has been all year. So we've got to get more players in that mid-tier and up to where our top end is. Now, how do we do that? There's only one way we do that, and that's investing games in them, trying to teach them the right way. So we will continue to do that and make sure we develop as much as we can. Are we going to have to recruit some of those guys? Absolutely, because we don't want to be a mediocre club that sort of, sits down the bottom for 3 or 4 years. We want to make sure that the issue is about development, get games into the talented kids, so that we can bounce back into the finals next year.
I thought James Jones was really good across half back today, and Chris Nield, I thought his second quarter, he worked up the ground a fair bit, and he got on the end of a few in the second quarter.
Yeah, look, James has had a bit of a quieter year thus far. Look, he's a quality player, played in the state under 25s. So he's one of those guys it's in the mid-tier, and he's probably starting to get to the top echelon. But again, he's only played 3 seasons. He hasn't played 50 games yet. And he's probably one of our more experienced guys. So that's just one example of actually how young we are, especially in terms of games played. So look, he was really good today. He's our vice captain. He's going to be a really good leader for us. He's going to probably lead the club for the next 10 years. And look, Chris has been with our club for 18 months. He had a fantastic first 12 months. He's been had a bit of an injury this year, but his last 3 weeks have been really, really good. He's got a lot of talent. And if he was in a North Launceston or a Glenorchy or a Lauderdale outfit, he'd be kicking his 40 or 50 goals a year. He's a good player. So we're really excited about him, especially over the next 4 or 5 years.
Looked like you sent Matty Lynn back to Kieran Lowell today, mate. How did you see that battle between us? So?
Yeah, we did. We dropped it at half-time. Look, I thought when Kieran gets the ball, he's quality. He's going to get the ball. There's no doubting that, but we don't want to get him 40 times. We want to get him, 20, 25. Look, Matt's a soldier. He was really diligent today. We dropped him back to half-back. But yeah, look, I thought it was a good, even battle. We dropped it after half-time, and I thought Kieran looked really dangerous at times, and I also thought, Matt had some impact on what he did as well.
Yeah, obviously go back to the drawing board now, not play back next week, mate. No doubt the boys will look to regroup and go out strong next week. Yeah, well, we're at North next week. We're at North against Launceston and then into North Hobart. Yeah. So, look, that's probably a good thing for us. We can get on the bus and go away together. Those road trips, everyone sort of looks at them as a negative, but we can look at it as a real positive. It's just another experience that our young guys can go and have up at Windsor, and they're playing some really good footy at the moment. So, look, that's going to be a really tough challenge. They're a big-bodied team, but we go up there and understand that the reality is that, we can go up there as a hunter and we can play some fast footy and take it on and do those types of things. So that'll give the guys some belief to go up there and get a result. Clean bill of health out of the game?
No, Keegan Wiley's torn his hamstring again, and I think Gabby Chambers might have broken his hand, so he'll have to go get some scans and MRI to Monday and see how he is. But look, he did that in the first half and played out the game. He's a strong competitor. But yeah, Keegan's had that hammy issue last year, and I think he's done it again today. So that's really disappointing for him, and he's probably going to miss at least a month of footy, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Coxie still a few weeks off? Or?
Coxie hasn't been able to train this week because of his knee. He had an MRI on Friday. We're just rating the results. But he'd have to train all of next week, and then he hasn't trained for 3 weeks, so he's probably really unlikely to play next week. And it's also pending what the results come back from the MRI.
Yep, Trent, 55-point winners in the end, mate. Fair to say that first quarter you must be super impressed with.
Yeah, we're really happy with, our pressure numbers were up, and it's no secret for us. If we've got good pressure around the ball, and then when it goes in the forward line, we're able to play a fair bit of that first quarter, I think, in our half of the ground, and we were able to put the score on the board. I thought we kicked accurately as well. Like probably the last few weeks, I think last week we kicked 10 goals, 11. So our forwards have been working hard on their goal kicking, and I thought it was really good. The start was key. So to get that, and pleasing thing for us is we didn't drop off too much during the day. I think it was probably pretty good 4-quarter performance.
Yeah, I thought Clarence came back in that second quarter. They obviously really ran it back. You're able to just steady, and I think late you kicked 2 goals late, where it was Tyler Carter kicked one, and then it was a free kick, and then Kieran kicked another one. I thought it started to just wrestle the momentum back in your favour before half time. Yeah,
we had to change a bit of our defensive structure on the fly as well. I think Chris Nield was able to get out the back on us and kick those 3 goals in the second quarter. So we changed that up as well, sort of on the fly, and then reassessed at half time with it. And I think that's the big challenge for us as a group, is learning how to wrestle momentum back when we lose it. That's a challenge for every team, but especially if you're a younger team and you're growing together, when you can have those performances and do it. I thought we were really good actually today, like being able to wrestle momentum back when Clarence had it. So pleasing today.
Well, you're incredibly strong across hard back through MD and Sammy Rice and Jared Drew. I thought they were probably 3 better performers out there doing that. Yeah,
we were stoked with Drewy's game. It was sort of that breakout game for Drewy. Obviously at the start of the year he had a bit of frustrations with his body. So, he was really fantastic. And, those 3 guys you mentioned, that's a lot of our experience and a bit of class and good ball use. So, Davies, Rice and Drew back there, and they drag along Blake McCulloch, who's starting to be comfortable, and Will Poland, and, having Lockie Gadomski back for a few weeks from the Devils as well. He slots straight back in there. So, I think, defensively, we really like our back 6, or back 7, when we rotate guys through there. Really strong line for us, and those guys are really good performers today.
Kieran obviously had I think Jez said he sent Matty Lindgren for the first half. Obviously, that swap from Clarence's favour in the second one. I thought Kieran was pretty good all day. Plenty of footy, then he kicked those 3, including that one from 50 that was pretty spectacular. Yeah,
and all we ask of Kieran is just to bring his work rate when we know he's going to cop attention. So, like I said, Matt Ling did a great job on him last time, so we knew Matt would go to him straight away. So he had to work through that, but it's also up to the other guys to look after Kieran in there. So, and if Kieran gets a bit of attention, it lets Lockie Clifford get off the chain, who was fantastic today as well. And Ryan does what Ryan always does. He works hard inside, and Cliffy had a bit of polish and class on the outside. I think Cliff was probably our highest possession winner today, and he's had a really good couple of weeks as well. So it's a collective effort in there, and we really like the way that group's coming together, especially the connection they're forming now with Marcus Gardner, who was great for us as well today.
Feels like, I guess, in the rooms after the game, some of the boys singing their song, it feels like the boys are really starting to believe they're building something pretty special down there.
Yeah, that's it. And 2 wins in a row, which is fantastic. Winning over here, the club's never won over here at Blundstone Arena before, so trying to tick off a few little milestones this year, and that's what you give yourself, and belief out of winning games of footy, and but it's no secret, like, we've worked pretty hard over the last couple of weeks, and guys are starting to learn those habits of this level of footy, and it's pleasing that they can reward themselves with that win. So they show there's that little reward at the end of the road, when you do the hard work and you're buying the TSL standards, and I think they're really starting to show that, which is exciting.
Clean bill of health look like out of that?
Yeah, 100%, which is good. So all through. So. And guys in good form as well, so it makes it tough next week.
Can we expect to see Will Campbell back at any stage this year, or is Will's knee still? Is it his knee still? Yeah, he had a knee reco.
He's ahead of where he should be.
Yep.
I think he had his 7-month check-in with his surgeon this week. So he started change of direction stuff, which is really good. And I think come July, so which is pretty soon, he's allowed to join in training but not contact, so he can do all our pattern kicking drills and things like that. So I think it's just a more wait and see. Like, I think he's giving himself a chance. Like he's ticking all the boxes in his rehab, which is really good. And Will being Will, he only knows one way, so he'll give himself a chance to do it, and then it's more we've got to listen to his surgeon and how his rehab's going, and if he's ahead, then it's something that we can think about, but we're certainly not going to risk him as well at the end of the day. So you don't mess around with knees, and there's his future life and that as well. So he needs to be active. He's a farmer, so but he's coming along really well, and probably a little bit ahead of where he thought he'd be, which is good.
He'd be a fair guy to chuck back into that midfield alongside Kieran and Ryan, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it'd be a handy in, and we've also got Connor Bryant as well. With his second year in a row, he's scaphoid, so we expect Connor to play a bit of footy come August, hopefully. So, Connor was getting a bit of midfield time at the end of last year, so he'll be another handy in for us, which is really good. So that those two, they're our two main long-term injuries. So, we might see them this year, which would be good.